Hello everyone, I'm Lee Qianru, and as you can see on the screen, the topic that my group will be presenting is social media influencers and ethics. My group members include Liu Xinyi, Saw Jiaxuan, Wong Kusin, Leong Siu Wei, and lastly Ang Ken Woon. I will pass it to Jiaxuan to provide introduction on the presentation.
Influencer marketing is a strategic collaboration between brands and individuals with significant online following, has become a cornerstone of modern marketing strategy. With the rise of social media platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, individual has gained immense influence, amazing large followings, and become trusted source of information, entertainment, and product recommendation within their respective niches. This shift has transformed the marketing landscape with brand increasing reliance on influencer to authentically engage target audience. However, amid this growth, it is crucial to consider the ethical implications of influencer marketing. Ethical considerations such as transparency in brand influencer partnership, preventions of deceptive advertising practice, and upholding the integrities of endorsements are paramount. By prioritizing ethic in influencer collaborations, brands can build trust and credibility with their audience, fostering long-term relationship and ensuring the integrity of their marketing efforts.
Thank you, Joshua, for explaining the definitions of influencers marketing. So now I will proceed to the ethical concerns surrounding sponsors content. First of all, the lack of transparent disclosures could be a critical ethical concern within the realm of sponsors content. Audiences have the proper to know when content is impacted by financial arrangements. Disappointments to clearly uncover sponsorships can deceive consumers and dissolve the belief between content creators and their audience. Ethical guidelines and industry measures should be visible disclosures to preserve the transparency and maintain the integrity of online content. Besides that, the ethical concerns include transparency in partnerships too. Transparency is not only vital in uncovering sponsored posts, but also amplifies the partnerships between content creators and brands. Ethical concerns emerge when these collaborations are not made transparent to the audience. Clear communications around collaborations guarantee that consumers can make educated choices around the content they consume. Content creators ought to be forthright around their partnerships, avoiding any recognitions of cover-up interests that might compromise their authenticity. Moreover, deceptive advertising practices should be a concern of sponsored content. Deceptive advertising practices, such as local publicity that closely take after normal content, raise ethical concerns when sponsored content occurs the lines between veritable recommendations and paid promotions. It can lead to confusions among consumers. Following to ethical principles include clearly recognition sponsored content from organic material and avoiding the misleading strategies that can erode trust. Lastly, another ethical issue in sponsored content concern is misleading recommendations. When influencers and content creators make recommendations without truly believing in the product or having first-hand experience using it will lead to credibility suspects. Influencers needs to be careful about promoting products purely for financial reasons without getting a full-fledged following. To conclude all these concerns, it requires a commitment to transparency, clear communications, and the adoption of ethical guidelines within the influencers marketing and content creations industry. That's all from me. I'll pass to Kelly to continue the presentations.
Next, I will talk about the blur lines between advertising and authentic content. So the first changes is pressure to conform. Influencers may feel under pressure to adopt the brand messagings due to the financial reward associated with sponsors content, which might undermine their credibility. Because of this pressure, influencers may end up promoting goods or ideas that they don't really believe in. So next one is temporary priority. So influencers could put immediate financial gain ahead of sustained integrity. A suggestion of quick, irrelevant sponsorship may result from this, weakening the influencer's original content and sense of self. Last one is impact of the behavior of their audience. So when influencers advertise goods or services that could be harmful to their audience, ethical questions are raised. This involves recommending potentially harmful products or encouraging bad lifestyle choices. So the example of influencer campaign have faced criticism for blurring lines between advertising and authentic content. So I'll give an example is a Kim Kardashian anti-Clergis. So Kim Kardashian faced backlash for promoting the morning sickness drug Clergis on her Instagram. So the post did not include essential information about the drug potential side effects. And the FDA issued a warning letter regarding of the lack of risk information in the advertisements. So the impact on the audience. So the first impact is adverse public attentions. The media coverage of contentious influencers initiatives can be harmful. Influencers risk losing their following and harmful their brand reputations if followers or the general public believe that are lying to them or promoting questionable products. Though the second one is long-term losses. So rebuilding trust is not an easy task. It could take a long time and a lot of work for the influencers to win back their audience trust if their honesty is questioned. Some fans might never trust the influencers in its whole again. So the last one is reduce interaction with the audience. So fans may stop engaging with an influencers content if they believe they are not being censored in their suggestions. So a decrease in likes, comments, and general audience engagement may arise from this.
Next, I will be talking about influencer marketing and the regulations that guide this dynamic industry. To start off, a social media influencer is an individual with a substantial or targeted audience capable of influencing the purchasing decision of others. Brands often collaborate with influencers to promote their products or service. However, maintaining transparency in advertising is crucial. Advertising standards are in place to ensure that any paid content is clearly labeled. Consumers should easily identify when a post by a social influencer is an ad and when it is not. Let's explore the regulatory landscape that enforces these standards. In the United States, the Federal Trade Commission (FTC) has issued guidelines for social media influencers, emphasizing transparency in online advertising. Similar guidelines are also issued by the Competition and Markets Authority (CMA) in the United Kingdom. Additionally, individual social media platforms such as Instagram, YouTube provide specific guidelines and their ad policies. The FTC guidelines in the US stress the importance of clear and consumption disclosure in influencer marketing. This means influencers must transparently communicate any material connections or relationship with brands when promoting product or service. Now, let's delve into why compliance with this regulation is essential to maintain ethical standards in influencer marketing. Compliance is crucial to uphold ethical standards, ensuring transparency and trust between influencers and their audience. By following regulatory guidelines, influencers contribute to a more trustworthy and credible industry. Similar regulation may exist in other regions, highlighting the global significance of adhering to guidelines in the rapidly evolving landscape of influencer marketing. This emphasizes the need of the influencer to stay informed and adapt to diverse regulatory requirements. By prioritizing compliance, influencer plays a vital role in fostering a positive environment for both brand and customers. Adhering to ethical standards not only build consumer trust but also contribute to the long-term viability of the influencer marketing industry.
Good day everyone, I'm Ang Keng Woon. My student ID 034945. Today I would like to talk about a case study that I just done research on. It's about Dyson company using ethical social media influencer practices. Pet parents are identified as the primary demographic for Dyson's pet cleanup products, emphasizing the brand focus on addressing the needs of pet owners. Their campaign objective, Dyson campaign aims to achieve two main goals. First, increase product awareness among pet owners who may not have considered Dyson for pet cleanup and boosting engagement on Instagram platform. Their strategy implements a strategic approach by partnering with five influencers on Instagram, which is pet owners, specifically targeting dog owners. These influencers are flexible creative brief allowing them to exercise creative control over their posts. The content required to be humorous and showcase practical ways that can use Dyson product to clean up. How they approach influencer rather than prioritizing their follow count, they actually focus on their relevance of influencer audience. This approach by one influencer with relatively most following is 2005 but the highest engagement rate in the campaign. And the result of the whole Dyson campaign, despite granting influencers significant creative freedom, their campaign yields positive outcomes while specific metrics are not provided. The brand efforts are deemed successful, indicating a favorable response from their target audience. Thank you.
It is me again, I'm Lee Qianro, and in this slide we will discuss strategies that can be used to ensure ethical influencer marketing. Ethical influencer marketing involves ensuring that marketing practices are transparent, honest, and respectful to both the audience and the influencer. First, we will talk about the strategies for brands to ensure ethical practices in their partnerships with influencers. The first strategy is transparency in partnership. It is crucial to ensure that all influencer brand partnerships are transparently disclosed to the audience. This includes using hashtags like #ad or #sponsored along with clear language indicating the commercial nature of the content. Transparency builds trust with the audience and prevents any potential misleading. Next, the second strategy for brands is selecting compatible influencers. They should always choose influencers whose values, interests, and audience demographic align closely with their brand. This ensures that partnerships are relevant to both the influencer's audience and their target market, fostering authentic connections. The third strategy that can be utilized by a brand is to respect influencer autonomy. Respecting the creative autonomy of influencers is essential. Brands should allow them the freedom to express themselves authentically in how they present sponsored content. Overly restrictive guidelines can compromise an influencer's authenticity and creative voice. Furthermore, brands should provide clear guidelines and trainings on ethical practices for influencers to ensure ethical influencer marketing. It is crucial to ensure that influencers understand their responsibilities regarding transparency, disclosure, and promoting positive messages aligned with our brand values. The last strategy that can be utilized by a brand is monitor and evaluate campaigns. Brands should regularly monitor influencer campaigns to ensure compliance with ethical standards. They should always evaluate the impact of these campaigns on the audience and be ready to adjust strategies as needed to address any concern or issues that may arise. By implementing this strategy, brands can build strong, ethical influencer marketing campaigns that resonate with their audience while upholding their brand values. Now, I'm going to discuss about the strategy that can be utilized by influencers to maintain ethical standards in their content creations and promotions. The first strategy is authenticity in content creations. Influencers should always remember to create content that align with the brands and values. Authenticity resonates with audiences, help maintain credibility. They should avoid overly script or contrived content that feels insincere. The second strategy is honesty in products promotion. Influencers are required to provide honest reviews and opinions about the products or services that they promote. Disclose any limitations or drawbacks of the products to maintain credibility. They should avoid misleading claims or exaggerate benefits. This is because their audience relies on their genuine feedback to make informed decisions. Other than that, respecting brand guidelines is also one of the strategies that can be used by influencers. By saying that, it means that influencers should understand and adhere to brands' guidelines and expectations regarding content creation and promotion. While maintaining their creative autonomy, ensure that their content aligns with the brand's messaging and value. Collaboration with brands should always be respectful and aligned with both parties' value. The fourth strategy is to engage with the audience. Fosters open communications and engagement with the audience. Address any questions, concerns, or feedback openly and transparently. Actively engage with the audience to build trust and foster a sense of community. Uphold ethical standards is the last strategy for influencers. Influencers should prioritize ethical standards in the content creation and promotion. Avoid promoting harmful behaviors or misleading the audience. Uphold honesty, integrity, and respect in all the interactions with the audience and brand partners. Influencers' credibility and reputation rely on maintaining ethical standards. By following these strategies, influencers can maintain integrity and trust in their influencer journey while providing value to both the audience and brand partners. Next, I will pass it to Jia Xuan to conclude our group's presentation.
In conclusions, our presentations has highlighted the critical importance of ethics in social media influencer marketing. We will explore the ethical considerations surrounding sponsored content, the blue line between advertising and authentic contents, and the regulators' framework guarding influencers marketing practice. Additionally, we discuss strategy for both brands and influencer to ensure ethical practice in their collaborations, emphasizing transparency, authenticity, and respect for audience trust. By prioritizing ethics in influencer marketing, brands can foster a long-term relationship with their audience, while influencers can maintain credibility and integrity in their content creations journey. Overall, ethical influencers marketing not only benefits individuals, brands, and influencers, but also uphold the trust and integrities of the entire digital marketing ecosystem. Here are the reference lists in our group presentations. Thank you for listening.